this video, we are going to take a detailed look at the Wood Spotlight ARW-103D. This is a unique and specialized model because it is an LED version, so it utilizes modern technology that offers some interesting features and significant advantages. The lamp, as we can clearly see, is contained inside a case, a highly durable and sturdy aluminum protective case, where inside we find a comprehensive set of instructional documentation and the professional wood spotlight unit itself. 2 pairs of glasses. So here we have 2 versions of glasses, one with clear lenses, always with UV protection, and one with yellow lenses, which is used to block or filter blue light. We have the power supply, which is used for recharging. This wood spotlight is powered with built-in rechargeable batteries. Later, we'll also look at the functionality and the charge indicator, as well as the power supply for recharging. Then we have the key for the case. As we mentioned, this case is very sturdy, which allows us to use it even in fairly demanding environments. In some cases, there's a USB stick inside containing the user manual. If it's not there, the USB stick can be downloaded directly from our website, from the product page on rvmajor.it. Now let's go into much more detail and actually analyze and look closely at the various functions and features offered by this wood spotlight. The very first feature to mention is definitely the comfortable grip and the overall handling of the lamp, primarily because this is not a very heavy lamp at all, making it easy to use. And it features a classic pistol grip that is very characteristic of this type of lamp. This design allows you to operate the device with incredible ease. Another feature we mentioned at the beginning is the fact that it is powered by rechargeable batteries. So we don't actually need to connect it to the main power supply, but instead we can conveniently recharge the internal batteries and then use it. On the top part of the lamp, situated on the upper side on the back of the lamp, we basically have an LED status indicator light. Thank you very much. Which allows us to see the charge level. Here, where do we start from? From 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, and 100%. By pressing the test button, we can check the charge level. In this case, it's at 40%. If we charge it, of course, it will reach 100%. When it drops to 20%, it means that a red indicator light will turn on, and we will need to recharge the lamp. One particularly fascinating and noteworthy feature to consider is certainly the functionality of the lamp. This means that this specific lamp does not utilize the traditional outdated xenon vapor discharge lamps, which were very expensive to buy and moreover suffered from poor light quality and limited power output. Instead, it utilizes a modern system of 3 LEDs that allow us to emit precise UV light. Another crucial thing to note is that we have integrated a specialized cadmium filter. This is an essential feature that must be present in this type of equipment, because ASTM E3022 standards require the use of the black filter for operation, as well as specifying that the lamp must have a peak power at 365 nanometers. As we can see, we don't just have the 3 black LEDs, which are basically UV light. We also have a white light LED. This feature allows us, in addition to having UV light, to also have the possibility of using it as a spotlight. It's actually a very powerful spotlight, which lets us illuminate dark areas as well. So we can use it as a spotlight in case we need to find specific details that we need to detect. This trigger mechanism, as we can see, easily allows us to turn on the entire system. The white LED. If we manually press down and slide the selector, this specific selector that we find on the handle here, it remains locked in position practically all the time. The LED, only the white LED, but not the UV light. By moving it back, we release and it turns off. Turning on the UV lamp, on the other hand, the UV illumination with the 3 LEDs is done using the button located on the back part of the lamp, which can easily be pressed even with your thumbs. Once we press the button, the LED illumination immediately turns on. This indicates that at this very moment, we are situated in an environment with extremely high lighting levels. Consequently, it is important to understand that the effective use of the UV lamp should ideally be reserved for environments that do not possess such high levels of ambient illumination to ensure the best possible results. If we remove the overhead lighting, as we can clearly see, and lower the illumination levels, we then have a very powerful and focused light intensity that allows us to identify what could potentially be traces. In this specific case, we have various samples that allow us to carry out certain detail detections, such as, for example, in the it works on various types of textile fabrics, illuminating the details that practically create imperfections and structural defects. This specialized type of wood lamp spotlight has a wide range of applications. The primary application is clearly in the field of non-destructive testing, also known as NDT, which are mainly used in welding processes to identify cracks, imperfections, or inclusions in welds, located specifically on the surface or just below the surface, and it can also be used in conjunction and combination with a magnetic particle tester. When using only the lamp, fluorescent penetrant liquids are used, whereas with the magnetic particle tester, fluorescent magnetic penetrant liquids are used, which clearly increase the effectiveness because magnetism is combined with fluorescence. The Woods lamp, for example, is also used by those who make transformers or tanks, even with thicknesses. For these thin-walled components, why is that? Because we can apply the penetrant liquid from the inside and clearly identify any through cracks, even on the outer surfaces of something like a large transformer, a pipeline, or a tank. Other practical application areas are clearly those that can be utilized, for example, for contamination control or the cleaning of fabrics. In the field of criminology, it is regularly used to detect minute traces of blood or to check for hidden impurities. It is also widely used for fluorescence analysis, such as checking banknotes or performing other types of inspections. This is where UV light directly highlights certain specific features or subtle imperfections that are otherwise hard to see. One additional feature that is certainly worth highlighting in more detail is the end part of the lamp, which is specifically the inclusion and presence of a specialized rubberized system. This system, in addition to protecting the lamp's light source, also allows us to have a reliable support when we are not using it without causing any potential issues or damage to the surface, providing a very stable and secure base. And therefore, it also serves the purpose of protecting it from any possible breakage due to accidental impacts that might occur. That concludes our detailed explanation for today. Thank you. As for the unique features and functionalities of this wood spotlight, this particular and very interesting wood spotlight, we've now covered everything. For any additional information or clarifications you might need, please refer to the titles shown in this video. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.